Hello my dear students of second preparatory stage. I hope everyone is fine. أهلا بكم طلابنا الأعزاء لمرحلة الصف الثاني الإعدادي لمادة اللغة الإنجليزية. وزي كل مرة حلقتنا تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. النهاردة we will finish the first 3 lessons of Unit 9. We started it actually last session. احنا ابتدينا السيشن اللي فاتت أو الحصة اللي فاتت أول Unit 9 and we talked about activities, we talked about grammar lessons like how to show ability, ازاي نبين المقدرة by using some phrases like can, like how to know, like be able to. We also talked about reviews of places. So we will continue this today. Okay, هنكمل اللي احنا بدأناه المرة اللي فاتت. هنكمل mainly the lessons of 1, 2 and 3 of Unit 9. So I want you to get ready with the books and your highlighters and pencils to jot down and highlight any important notes. Okay, so let's do it now. So my dear students, now we have our objectives of this unit, mainly for the first 3 lessons. We have here by the end of the session you will be able to know and understand, and we will finish what we started last time. هنخلص اللي احنا بدأناه في أول 3 lessons last time. We will read an internet chat again message. We will have a review. We will know how to write and read a review of an art gallery. Speaking, we will talk about people and again what they can do, what they can make, what they recommend, بيقترحوا إيه. And for the writing, of course, we will know how to write a short review. And again, we will focus more and more on the usage of can, know how to be, and be able to. This is also to show ability as we mentioned during the last session. And for the life skill here, collaboration again. Can you remember collaboration, what we said about collaboration? We said that collaboration means like something like cooperation, like التعاون أو التكاتف أو التضامن مع بعض. Okay, يعني we have to cooperate together to reach the best results as we said last time. إن إحنا دي one of the important life skills، واحدة من المهارات الحياتية اللي لازم تبقى عندنا because it teaches us actually how to be cooperative, not to be selfish. يعني إن إحنا ما نبقاش أنانيين ونبقى متعاونين. Okay, and as I mentioned in the last session, I said collaboration can be done at family or among family members, can be done at work, at school, at a club, for example, a team. يعني لازم نتكاتف عموما to reach the best result. Okay, so this is one of the skills I want to remind you of أو بفكركم بيها اللي احنا already شرحناها المرة اللي فاتت. Okay, so this is everything concerning our objectives. And okay, now I want you to remember with me this museum. We read a review about it last time, but this time I mentioned it again because I want to focus on some expressions that can be useful in writing. احنا already قرينا مع بعض الارتكل دي او الريفيو ده عن الميوزيوم of modern Egyptian art، واتكلمنا عن ايه احسن حاجات فيه and it was visited by somebody who is called وجدي بدر، وقال لنا هو when he visited it and what he liked the most about it and what was inside it. Okay, بس اللي انا I want to focus on more this session أو أنا عارضة الباسج دي تاني النهاردة to focus on the following expressions. Like for example, from my point of view. From my point of view is an expression or a phrase we use to say or write or mention when I want to give an idea or give an opinion. يعني لما بتيجي تقترح حاجة أو تقول فكرة أنت حاببها, it's one of the phrases you can start your sentence with. حاجة بنبتدي بيها sentence like I think, I believe, from my point of view, in my opinion. كل دي phrases أو عبارات أنا ممكن أبتدي بيها الwriting أو السنتنس بتاعتي when I want to give an opinion. Okay, so we have something here. Let me underline with my pen. Okay, so it's here. The first expression I want to focus on. We have also another expression which is really cool. When I am so excited about something, لما بكون متحمسة قوي لحاجة بقول it sounds cool, it sounds good. معناها ان دي فكرة شكلها حلو أو دي فكرة exciting يعني. Okay, so it's another expression. Now here, my favorite thing in the museum was. So when you give a review about a place or something you bought, لما بتدي رأيك عن حاجة أنت اشتريتها, you mention the best thing about it. فدي a start أو a beginning يعني بداية. I can start my sentence with to give an opinion about what's the best or to give the best thing about this thing I'm talking about. Okay, so my review, my favorite thing in the museum was a painting called something. Okay. Then another expression which is the best thing about the museum is. يعني ممكن برضو to mention this phrase. The best thing about this place is something. Okay, so these are some phrases I can use while writing any review. تاني أنا بعرض تاني الباسج دي احنا already we read it together during the previous session بس we did it for reading part. هنا I'm focusing on some expressions you can use in writing. Those expressions I underlined with you. I want you to do the same in your books, okay? Because maybe they are useful for you while studying or while writing later on. Okay, here we also have another expression which is it's a good idea too. It's a good idea too if I am recommending something. لو أنا بقترح أو if I'm suggesting something for you. لو بقترح عليك حاجة ممكن أقول الفريز ده. It's a good idea too. It's a good idea to visit this museum. It's a good idea to go somewhere. Okay. Then here we have a table. It's mentioned already in the book. Okay, and it's classified into four columns. متقسم أربع columns. Okay, and we have here the description. The first part is about description. I mean by description the adjectives that are used in describing things. ايه الادجectives اللي انا لقيتها في الباسج that I read and also some adjectives that can be useful for you I added for you. يعني هنا انا كتبت الادجectives اللي هي كانت موجودة في الباسج and then I added some of mine وانا زودت عليها. So we found for example famous, normal, important, cool, happy, colorful, free. They are all inserted in the passage, okay? In the review actually. When I give opinions, I mention some of the opinions or of the phrases that were mentioned in the review and some of mine. Here, I can say from or in my point of view. لو أنا حابب أقول رأيي عن حاجة. Or I can say in my opinion. Or I can also say I believe. I believe, for example, I believe healthy food is very important to everyone, for example. Okay? So, this is for I believe, and also we have I think. Okay, I think. So these are four phrases I can use to give opinions. Okay, so talking about preferences أو لما بتكلم عن حاجة أنا بفضلها أو هواياتي إيه. What are the phrases I can use to talk about preferences? My favorite thing is, for example, the best thing is, or the best thing about this place is something. My favorite part is, or I prefer plus ing word. I prefer going to this museum. I prefer playing the football, for example. Or I can also say I would like to. I would like to visit this museum. I would like to travel somewhere. Okay, so these are phrases I can use to talk about preferences أو لما أتكلم عن هواياتي. Okay. For the last column, if I want to give recommendations, لو بأوصي بحاجة أو بقترح حاجة, what are the phrases I can use in my sentences? Let's see it here. I can use I recommend, I suggest. And when I say I recommend and I suggest, you can add after them ing word, gerund, okay? I recommend going, visiting. I suggest eating healthy food, okay? I advise you to do something. I advise you to do something. This is another way of giving recommendations. The best place to visit is something, okay? So these are some phrases or some ways I can use to give recommendations, okay? So again, mainly this table is very important for you علشان هو هيساعدكم بالphrases اللي فيه to write better sentences in your writing, okay? So that was everything about the review for reading part and for writing part. Here you are asked to write a short review of a song, a film, a sculpture, a TV program, a book or a painting including the following points. يعني مطلوب منك ان انت تختار تكتب ريفيو، تكتب رأيك عن حاجة أنت شفتها أو سمعتها like a song, like a film, like a sculpture، تمثال مثلا شفته وعجبك، TV program, book or painting. Okay. I chose a film. Okay. Actually it's a novel، هي كانت رواية and then it became a film also. Okay. So here my novel is called Oliver Twist. I mean here about the review. This review that must include the following. يعني لازم الريفيو بتاعي يكون فيه الحاجات المكتوبة في البوكس دي. Description. What is this thing talking about؟ الحاجة دي بتتكلم على إيه؟ An opinion. My opinion about it whether I love it or not. A preference. هوايتي، إن دي هواية من هوايتي ولا لأ. A recommendation. Whether I recommend it to read or to watch or not. يعني هل أنا بأوصي بيه ولا لأ. Okay. So Oliver Twist. As you see here, it's written by Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens is a famous English writer. Okay? So Oliver Twist is the title of the novel. ده عنوان الرواية. So let's see the review about it. Oliver Twist. Okay, here I added the title and by, and then I wrote the name of the writer. Okay, last week my teacher of English recommended me some interesting books to read to be better in reading and having new vocabulary words. يعني التيتشر بتاعتي اقترحت عليا ان انا اقرا كتب اكتر عشان احسن من قرايتي، وقالت لي على some names for some books. That's why I chose one of them. One of these books is titled with Oliver Twist. واحد من النوفلز دي او من الكتب دي كان اسمه Oliver Twist, which is written by the great English novelist الروائي البريطاني المعروف Charles Dickens. It talks about an orphaned boy، يعني بتتكلم على ولد يتيم named Oliver، كان اسمه Oliver في الستوري في النوفل دي في الرواية دي، who lives with his mother and stepfather. يعني كان عايش مع بابا سوري بقى عايش مع مامته وجوز مامته. Okay, after his father died. After his father died. It also narrates، وبرضه بتحكي الرواية دي عن إن Oliver's live it narrates Oliver's life when he is a teenager. يعني بتتكلم على حياته لما كان teenager. Okay, so it talks about Oliver's life when he is a teenager and when he grows up too. بتتكلم عن حياته وهو طفل وبعد لما كبر في السن. In my opinion, it's one of the greatest novels I have ever read. دي بقى هنا my opinion about، عشان احنا قلنا لازم to mention an opinion. فدي it was the best novel for me. Okay? What I really liked about it، وأهم حاجة بقى I liked about it is that it's dramatic. يعني شوية فيها دراما. Okay? And this is my taste in reading. ده ذوقي في القراية، يعني ال dramatic novels. Okay? I definitely recommend it for anyone who loves dramatic stories. It's really interesting and has a lot of unexpected parts. يعني فيها أحداث مشوقة كتير جدا that will make you more excited to finish till you reach its end. طبعا that was my sample of review. دي كانت sample أنا عملتها. You can imitate، ممكن تقلدوا حاجة زيها. You can write another thing about a song, about a TV program, anything. Okay, or you can study it as it is. Okay, so that was the review part. Here we have something else. What is this picture for? Can you guess what is this picture for? What are these people? Are these normal people? Is this a normal place for, like, for example, is this a house? Is this a school? What is this place? Can you guess? Yes, it seems it's a stage. It's a stage, but it's not a stage in at school, for example, because these do not seem like students. They seem older than students. Actually, it's orchestra in the opera. Okay? So here, النور والأمل chamber orchestra. ده اسم الأوركسترا دي، النور والأمل chamber orchestra. ده هي فرقة that is consisted of blind women. هي فيها مجموعة من النساء المكفوفين. Those women cannot see, okay, but they play charming music using perfect musical instruments. يعني بيستخدموا الآلات الموسيقية skillfully and perfectly، بيستخدموها بشكل جيد جدا. okay, and they play charming music، وبيعزفوا موسيقى كويسة جدا. okay, although they cannot see but they listen. They have the taste of listening and playing the music, and this is really hard but they do it perfectly. Okay, so let's read that short paragraph about them. The special thing about this orchestra, الأوركسترا يعني الفرقة الموسيقية، فرقة بتعزف a lot of musical instruments، بيعزفوا آلات موسيقية كتيرة، وممكن يبقى فيها choir يعني كورال. Okay. It consists of many blind women، وقلنا blind يعني the one who cannot see، المكفوف. Okay. Who can really impress their audience، يعني هم بيبهروا الأودينس أو الجمهور بتاعهم with their charming music. Charming music يعني excellent music. Okay. Despite being unable to see it themselves in others' eyes، يعني بالرغم ان هم مش بيشوفوا ده بعينيهم but they can feel it. They can feel it when they finish and the audience clap their hands highly for them. Okay. So they play different instruments skillfully. بيعزفوا الآلات الموسيقية بشكل جيد جدا. Okay. That was everything about this. This is a piece of information، بس دي كانت piece of information كده ليكوا إن many blind people read using a special kind of writing called braille. Of course, you know or most of you knew before about the way of braille. Braille دي طريقة for blind people to know how to read with. Okay. Because of course they cannot see with their eyes, so they use a way to read with. It's called braille, and braille is a name of the person who invented that way. هو ده اسم الشخص اللي اخترع الطريقة دي. Okay. Braille. It takes its name from Louis Braille, a blind Frenchman. هو كان blind Frenchman، راجل فرنسي وكان blind برضو، who invented it in the 1820s. Okay. اخترعها في الفترة دي. Then some vocab words. Here we have some vocab words and mainly they talk about the musical instruments. بتتكلم على الأنواع المختلفة من الموسيقى، الأدوات الموسيقية actually. So we have the first one here. It's clarinet. Clarinet here like نوع من الصفارة كده بس بنغمات معينة وبشكل معين. Clarinet. We have trombone. Trombone. This picture refers to it. We have violin, الكمان. We have another musical instrument like clarinet. It's called flute. هي شبهها شوية بس it's different, okay, than the clarinet. We have another thing which is like somehow trombone. هي شبه الترومبون بس أقصر. It is called trumpet. And the last thing is called cello. Cello here is like the violin. It looks like the violin. هي شبه الفايلن بس الفايلن it's smaller in size. الcello بتبقى كبيرة. That's why the one who plays it must sit on a chair and hold it carefully and tightly because it's very big. Okay, so cello, and maybe you can wonder, ممكن تستغربوا. I say cello although I don't have ch here because cello actually originally it's an Italian name of this instrument. هي كلمة إيطالية. That's why the Italian people say it or pronounce it cha. Okay, so it's cello. Okay, so that was everything concerning the new vocab words that we want to end our first 3 lessons of Unit 9 with. But let me just remind you quickly of what we tackled through the first 3 lessons. احنا اتكلمنا عن review. We read a review and we knew how to write a review concerning some phrases of giving opinions, of talking about preferences, of giving recommendations. يعني الريفيو ده يعني ايه؟ يعني مكان انا روحته for example او حاجة انا اشتريتها فانا بكتب عنها ريفيو، يعني رأيي. The description about it، شكلها عامل ازاي، whether it's a place or a thing. My recommendations whether to try it or not، يعني أنا بوصي إن أنت تعمل ده أو ما تعملوش أو تزور المكان ده أو لأ. My opinion about it whether I loved it or not. كل ده all of these details are included in any review. Okay. اتكلمنا برضو عن the ability, how to show ability in the language part. We show the ability by can or using the phrase how to know or using the phrase be able to. وقلنا be able to, I have to add am, is, or are able to. If I'm talking about myself, I say I'm able to. It means I can. If I say she is able to, it means she can. If I say they are able to, it means they can. Okay? And how to know, if I say I know how to know, I know how to do something، يعني أنا عارف بعمل الحاجة دي إزاي. النيجيشن فورم او النفي بتاعها I don't know how to do something. Okay, so that was everything concerning the language part, concerning the reading part. وطبعا اتكلمنا عن الاكتيفيتيز drawing portraits اللي هي رسومات اللوح للاشخاص الحقيقيين، drawing cartoonish things يعني الحاجات اللي هي الكرتون، الاشخاص الكرتونيه. واتكلمنا عن الاكتيفيتيز like acting, like doing makeup, like writing script يعني بنكتب حوارات او نص مسرحي، like painting the scenery تلوين ورسم المشاهد الطبيعيه. all of these activities can be used in a play. وقلنا play هنا as a noun يعني مسرحيه. it's totally different from the verb اللي هو يلعب. Okay, so that was a quick recap on what we tackled through the first 3 lessons. I hope you got it perfectly and easily. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and I will be meeting with you with more interesting presentations by next time. Stay safe and goodbye.